This is the life story of late Professor Bosco GAHUTU. Professor GAHUTU was born and died on the same date, 7th. He was born 7th September 1961 and died 7th September 2020. Professor GAHUTU was born in Nyanza district, southern province of Rwanda. This was by Professor GAHUTU. When I was young, I lived with my family in the countryside. My father was a carpenter. He was so bright, even the intellectuals liked him. But when he was young, going to school was difficult. So he wanted me to do it. He wanted me to be bright, and he really encouraged me. To go to primary school, I would walk 3 or 4 kilometers, but it was alright as my father encouraged me. I was always trying to go ahead of what the master is asking of me, to go and advance and learn fast. Each time I would learn to count, say, from 1 to 20, or to give myself an assignment, count from 1 to 50. When the teacher gave us an assignment to count to 50, I would count to 200. After primary school, I attended high school in a small town 25 kilometers from home. After high school, I was sent to the National University of Rwanda, today the University of Rwanda, to study medicine. After graduation as a medical doctor in 1986, I became university staff in the Department of Physiology. Thanks for my good score. After a few years, I went to Ghent University for my doctoral studies. I returned home in 1993, just a few months before genocide. I lost my father and my mother and many others, hundreds of members of my large family. When the university reopened on 18th April 1995, I was the first to give a lesson. It was in physiology. We were not many lecturers at the university, only about 30 in total. We were determined to work as much as we could. At the time, there was a great patriotism, everyone doing his or her best to rebuild the university. I felt honored to be able to teach. When I started my field work again, it was about physiological adaptation to moderate altitude in Rwanda. My project was producing results and I felt happy. I submitted it for publication and it was accepted. In 2007, I was the first person to present my PhD thesis in Rwanda. It was a first. I was a pioneer and I received my PhD in medical sciences. That was the story of Professor GAHUTU in his own words before he died. Professor GAHUTU has been a university teacher. Since then, I mean in 1987, till he passed away. He also served as the head of clinical department of medical biology in CHIB or Butare University Teaching Hospital. By the time he died, he was a professor of physiology at the University of Rwanda in the School of Medicine and Pharmacy. He was also the team leader of infectious disease sub-program in UR Sweden program. He was the director of research and innovation in College of Medicine and Pharmacy. He had 56 publications according to ResearchGate. The most famous research that Professor Jean Bosco GAHUTU did was about biofortification of beans through crossbreeding. He did it with Harvest Plus, which is an international program for nutritional research. Because of that research about biofortification of beans, Professor GAHUTU was awarded by TWAS. Here he was receiving the award at the side of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, Paul Kagame. The pictures you are going to see here, it was after receiving the award. Here he was having a press conference and having a picture with all people who were awarded and the readers. This great man was very dedicated to teaching. He really loved students, and he was very entertaining and smiling with his co-workers or colleagues. You could see him with students in the lab, and you can see him working with his colleagues, really enjoying. You could always see him in his suite with a tie and a great smile. Professor has left us with a very great smile. May the soul of this great man rest in peace. This story was prepared by Mr. Shadrach Hamuremi. May God bless you so much.